Hello, I'm Damien Jones from H&H Classics, and welcome to a brief overview of the almost 160 cars we've got going under the hammer at the Imperial War Museum, Duxford, on Wednesday, March the 13th. It's an incredible cross-section of vehicles, so to give you some perspective on that, there are representatives from no fewer than 50 manufacturers. The star lot is the 1967 Lamborghini 400 GT 2+2. Now that car, when new, would have been within a whisker of a Ferrari 275 GTB 4-cam. And if you could find a 4-cam that was as original as this 400 GT, you'd probably be looking at the best part of £3 million. The Lamborghini really is an exceptional car. Not only is it one of just 4 that were converted to right-hand drive by Hooper before the factory-made right-hand drive available, it's also been beautifully preserved. So the interior is a complete time warp. The rubber mat to the front footwell is unmarked. It's got the original Fiam stickers to the air filters, all the original glass is there to the point where the vendor didn't really want us to take it out on the road for fear of the windscreen getting chipped. It is, as I say, quite exceptional. There's also a beautifully restored Jaguar E-Type 3.8 Roadster that's just come out of a Mark Specialist restoration, looks glorious in red. We've got a little bit of celebrity provenance, or a lot depending on your feeling about it, the 1960 Bentley S2 Continental Drophead Coupe that was owned for no fewer than 5 years by Peter Sellers, the late great Peter Sellers. Now, Peter Sellers, as many of you may know, was notorious for changing his cars. In fact, Spike Milligan referred to them as his metal underwear. Well, unusually, he kept this Bentley for 5 years. Not only did he keep it for 5 years, but he customized it. So it's got, although it's an S2, it's got a much more S3 style front end, which we believe might well have been done by Jack Barclay to special order. It's got a specially elongated rear view mirror, just little touches like that. And of course, because it was part of Sellers' life for 5 years, the stories that car could tell, if it could talk, would be truly memorable. It does require restoration, but in terms of history, it's probably got the richest heritage of any car in the sale. As well as the Bentley S2 Continental, we've got quite a few Bentleys all the way through the age range. So we've got a Derby Bentley, a 3.5 litre, that wears the Parkward body that was originally fitted to one of the Peregrine prototype cars. So that's a one-off. We've got Bentley Azure Mulliner, one of the limited edition cars. I think there were 23. So a great cross-section of Bentleys from all ages. We've got some great Lagondas as well. We've got a Lagonda LG45 Drophead Coupe that's been looked after in the current ownership by Mark Specialist David Wall. We've got one of the, I think there were 10 made and perhaps 7 surviving, De Clifford Rapiers. So again, that's a very special little car. We've got a 1460 Tourer that's had a lot of time and money invested on it. And we've got a Lagonda DB 3 litre Mark II. So one of the post-war David Brown-backed Lagondas, and that as a Mark II, it's got the floor shift, it's been upgraded with overdrive, it's a very usable car. We are fortunate enough to have been entrusted with the Abereiron collection. Apologies to any Welsh people out there if I've completely murdered the pronunciation, but that was consigned by my colleague James, and it's got some real jewels in it. So it's got a one owner from new Jaguar E-Type V12 Roadster. I think that car's done 40-something thousand miles. It's a manual gearbox car, but in terms of low owner, one owner, just low mileage cars, it's great. The same collection contains a Ale, which I'd never heard of, and ALE actually stands for Adrian Lewis Evans. Now, Adrian Lewis Evans was the older brother of Stuart Lewis Evans, who, as many of you may well know, was a very successful Formula One driver in the late 50s, a man who on his day was as quick as Sir Stirling Moss or Mike Hawthorne, but whose life was tragically cut short in an accident in 1958. But Stuart Lewis Evans and his elder brother Adrian Lewis Evans were both apprenticed at Vauxhall, and their father, Pop Lewis Evans, used to be Earl Howe's racing mechanic. So there's a rich pedigree behind that car, and it looks a little bit like a Morgan 4.4 or MGT series, but it's a great one-off and a real piece of history. Talking of bits of history which are comparatively affordable, there is a 1931 AJS Jensen Sports. I should rephrase that, there is the 1931 AJS Jensen Sports. They only ever made one, it still exists, could be yours for £18,000 to £22,000, which isn't a lot of money for a unique car. We've got a great section of no reserve vehicles in the sale. I believe there are about 20, and they range everything from Ferrari 308 GT4, Maserati 222E, various Bentley S2 standard steel saloons, Rolls-Royce Silver Shadows, Mazda MX-5 Jasper Conran edition, and we've got, you probably can't see it in shot, but a Volkswagen Splitty camper van. So a wonderful cross-section of vehicles. In terms of ages, we go from 1915, a Ford Model T, all the way through to 2012. Now 2012 is a McLaren MP412C that's done just 12,500 miles. Now the MP412C is a car that will increase in value because it was a watershed moment in supercar design. If you've ever driven one, they just don't ride like a supercar. And okay, they were criticised when they came out for being a little bit quiet, but in terms of an innovative design that really has helped push Ferrari to bring their game on a bit, and various other contenders within the supercar world, you know, the civilization of Lamborghinis and that sort of thing, a McLaren MP412C deserves credit for that. So this particular example, as I say, 12,000 miles or 12,500 miles, I think it's guided at 70 to 80, and that could look like a clever buy in a few years' time. So as I say, a huge range of vehicles going under the hammer. We'd love to see you at Duxford. We'll be there open for public view on Tuesday the 12th from 12 until 6. Doors open on Wednesday the 13th from 9 o'clock in the morning onwards. The sale itself will start at 1 p.m. Now you can bid in person, please do come down and have a look at the vehicles. If you can't make it, you can bid via the telephone or you can bid online. If you have any questions whatsoever about the cars on offer, please do ring us or email us. So you can ring us on 01925 210 035 or you can email us via info@h&h.co.uk. We'd very much like to see you there. We hope you're as excited about the sale as we are, and thank you for your time.